Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on Little's Law YouTube channel. So today we will see about the workflow. So I will first give you an example for how does the workflow works or what basically the workflow is. So imagine you have a magical assistant who can perform tasks for you whenever something specific happens. For example, when you receive a new email in your mailbox. So you can instruct your magical assistant to do certain things like replying with a predefined message or forwarding the email to your team. So same is the case with the workflow. So a workflow in the context of GitHub Actions. So here we are in the previously we have the code, we have issues, we have pull request, and then the fourth one is the actions. So a workflow in the context of this GitHub Actions is like giving instructions to your magical assistant. So you write a set of instructions in a file. Basically, it has to be an YAML file, which is yet another markup language file. And GitHub Actions will execute those instructions automatically whenever a particular event occurs in your GitHub repository. For example, let's say you want to run tests for your software whenever someone makes changes to your GitHub repository. You can create a workflow that says whenever there is a push event, run these tests automatically. Then whenever someone pushes new code to your repository, GitHub Actions will follow those instructions and run the test for you without you having to manually trigger anything. So in simple terms, a workflow is like a recipe that tells GitHub Actions what to do and when to do, making it a powerful tool for automating tasks and improving your software development process. So in this video, we are going to create our first workflow using YAML. So I will take you through each and every line of what is and how to create an YAML file, and we will see how to execute it, and we will start building on top of it. So I welcome you all to Little Slaw YouTube channel, and this is me, Vasan Shanmugam. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet. Like the video, share it with your friends who are willing to learn about GitHub Actions, about YAML, about workflow, and more about testing, performance engineering, or who is interested to learn DevOps. So let's move on to the video. So before we implement the workflow, let me tell you like how to create a new workflow. So here under actions, you can see there is an option called new workflow. So when you click on new workflow, you'll be taken to a window. So here you have a lot of options. So there is basically a simple workflow which you can configure, which has minimum necessary structures, and then you have a lot of other workflow templates. So you have deployed node.js to Azure Web App, and then you have a lot of security templates, you have continuous integration templates, automation pages. So what we're going to do now is we are going to skip this and we're going to set up a workflow ourselves. So I'm selecting this here, and now it asks us to give the command or to write the YAML file. So here, as I told you, so basically all these workflow files will have the YAML extension. So we'll have to write the file, and I have already created a file here. So this is my first workflow file. So I will explain you what and each every line is talking about. So the very first line is the name my first workflow. So this line sets the name of the workflow. In this case, it's named as my first workflow. So this is something like a hello world program which we usually write in our C, C++, Java, or any program which we start to write. So this is something like that. So I will tell you. So I'll just navigate you through each of these steps and I will tell you how does it work. And then the second step, which is on push, and this line specifies the event that triggers the workflow. So in this case, the workflow will be triggered when there is a push event. So here you can see we have the push event. So this workflow will trigger when there is a push event where the changes are pushed to the repository. And then under the push, we have the branches main. So here you can see we have the branches as main. And when I take you to the repo, so here you can see I am under the main branch. So let me just duplicate this window and I will show you on what branch actually I am. So yeah, even here you can see I'm on the main branch. So that is the reason I'm building it for the main branch. And there is another thing. So in case if you want to, you can change the main to any other branch if you want to trigger the workflow for a different branch. So in case if you are having a develop branch and you want to run this workflow with the develop branch, you can very well change it to a develop branch or any other branch in your name, whatever you have it in your GitHub repository. And then coming back to the jobs, so this line starts the definition of jobs. So basically a job is a set of tasks to be performed in the workflow. And next comes the build. So this line sets the name of the job. So in this case, our job is named build. So the build is the name of the job that we're going to run. And then the next thing is like runs on Ubuntu latest. This line specifies the operating system environment on which the job will run. So here it will run on the latest version of Ubuntu. And next comes the steps. So here you can see the name is checkout code. So this line sets the name of the step. It's named as checkout code. And then we have users action slash checkout at v2. So this line uses the GitHub actions, the actions checkout action to clone to clone the repository and check out the code in the runner environment. And then we have the runner script. So this line sets the name of the set and it's named as runner script. And then the last line of this YAML file, which is the run echo hello world. And this line defines the command that the runner will execute in the job. So here it's just hello little slaw. And let's now copy paste this file to the one that we have created. So here I'm just copy pasting it, and there is one more thing. So here the indentation is very important. So in case if you face any issues, please make sure you do not make any mistakes with the indentation. So indentation is something like the space you have under each of these lines. So before and after, you have to make sure that you do not have any unnecessary indentations or any spaces. So now let's save this. So here you can see, so I have added this file main.yaml and then I'm clicking on commit changes and the commit message is create main.yaml and I'm creating a new branch and then I'm proposing the changes. So now I'm creating the pull request. And here you can see I have the pull request is created. And if I go to actions, there is no workflow that is getting triggered. So it will get triggered only when we push the changes to the main. So as we all know, that's how the code is created. So anytime when we push the changes, so now we have just committed, we have just added the file in a new branch and then we have created a pull request. So now we are going to merge it. So let me create a merge pull request. I'm merging the changes now. So it's merging, and now if we go to the actions, here you can see, so the moment we have merged it, so here you can see the moment we have merged it with the main, automatically the build has triggered. So now we can see whatever we have written in the code. So we wanted it to execute during the main. So changes this to the branch you want to trigger the workflow. So when we try to merge it or when we try to push the code to main, automatically this workflow will start running. So now I'm clicking on the build again. And here you can see the first setup job step has completed and then the checkout code, which is the repository, the version Shanmugam slash workflows. So this is the repo which I'm using for this particular workflow file and then running the script. So here you can see it has run my script, which is the echo hello little slaw. So this is the one that we wanted to execute as part of this workflow, and that has been completed. So I believe this video would have been very useful in case if you are part of a development or a DevOps engineer or a QA. It can be manual or automation or performance or any area of IT. You should definitely know what is a workflow, how does the YAML file works, and how does the GitHub Actions works. In case if you have any queries or any doubts, please feel free to reach out in the comment section, and please share the video with your friends. I would recommend you to please have a look on this, because this will definitely be part of your CI/CD platform, and this is the next level of improving your knowledge. You can automate all the things in your project so that you can save a lot of time, and you can learn a lot of things. You can navigate to your next level of your learning, and this series of workflow videos will definitely give you a lot of learning curve. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed yet. Like, share, and if in case if you have any queries, please do comment in the comment section. So until I meet you in the next workflow video, it's bye bye from Vasan Shanmugam and Little's Law.